I think white women are as great as any other women. But I'm not going to act like I'm not scared of them. I have a reason to be scared.
Big black guy choose small white woman.
It's not a good look, Shannon.
Not a good look.
Shannon Sharpe tried to make the whole thing go away with $10 million, but y'all, it didn't work.
You could be Kang the Conqueror, and they could take your rabbit down in 2 weekends.
Remember when Shannon Sharpe was making a name for himself as the guy who gave people a chance to speak freely? His show, Club Shay Shay, was all about welcoming bold, outspoken guests, people like Monique and Katt Williams. They talked about the darker side of the entertainment world, especially the rumors and accusations surrounding Diddy. It felt like Sharpe was setting himself up as a truth-teller, someone giving a voice to people who usually get ignored. But then, things took a surprising turn out of nowhere. Shannon Sharpe himself got pulled into a major controversy, a serious scandal that's left many people shocked and confused. And guess who's speaking out about it now? Katt Williams. Yes, the same Katt Williams who Sharpe once invited onto his show to expose industry secrets, and Katt isn't holding anything back. He's sharing some pretty strong opinions, even suggesting that Shannon Sharpe might be more involved in this mess than people realize. According to Katt, Shannon might have been looking to buy property overseas, not for vacation, but possibly to avoid trouble. He's hinting that Sharpe could be guilty of more than we know, and may have been trying to make. A quiet exit now. Let's back up and look at the full picture. Shannon Sharpe's podcast had been on fire. It became the spot for celebrities who wanted to speak their minds. He was gaining a reputation as someone who wasn't afraid to ask uncomfortable questions and let guests tell their side of the story, even when it meant calling out big names. In Hollywood, his popularity was growing fast, and there was even talk of a $100 million deal coming his way. Then everything came crashing down. Just as he was reaching the top, a woman filed a lawsuit against him in Clark County, Nevada. She goes by the name Jane Doe, but her real name has since been revealed: Gabriella. She's an OnlyFans model, and she's accusing Sharpe of emotional abuse and something much worse. 2 separate incidents, one in October 2024 and another in January 2025, according to reports. Sharpe met Gabriella at a gym in Los Angeles back in 2023. He was 54. She had just turned 19. The age difference alone is raising eyebrows. While everything may have been technically legal, people are pointing out that Gabriella was only 16 during the pandemic. Not that long ago. She's also younger than Shannon's youngest child, which adds another layer of discomfort. Some are saying it's not just inappropriate, it's disturbing. So, what started as a show about uncovering the truth has now put the host himself under the spotlight. And with voices like Katt Williams now questioning his actions, this story is far from over.
It's becoming more and more clear to me, in my opinion, that he has a race fetish. He has a fetish for that type of dynamic. Think about it. This was a 19-year-old white woman when he met her. I don't know any 19-year-old white woman that's running around hollering about a big black baby and baby gravy. Shannon was a 54-year-old big black grown man from the backwoods of Georgia. Gravy sound like some familiar with. Big black babies, he probably seen a few in his day. Born in the backwoods of Georgia where he grew up with his grandma and all the other folks. But I just don't think that came from her. Now, is she repeating it back in those text messages? Yes. That's why he released her messages, not his. Peep that. Okay. We haven't seen what his responses was. And I guarantee you, when they post those messages, y'all gonna see. All of that race started with him. It's a fetish. And he could only play that kind of stuff out with a young girl. He couldn't, like Monique was trying to tell him, get an older gal. Older gal ain't going for that. They was going to immediately know he was a freak and a weirdo. A 19-year-old don't know no better. That's why she repeating it back to him, because he said it to her first. Older men, that's why they tend to want to be with younger women. They're more impressionable. They can mold them. They can shape them to be what they want them to be. Do what they want them to do. You let him come to a 40 or 50-year-old woman talking about put a big black baby and baby gravy. We gonna be looking like, what's wrong with you? Yeah, that started with him. Mark my words, it's gonna come out. But that race stuff started with Shannon.
Things only get more troubling the deeper you look into Shannon Sharpe's situation. To defend himself, Sharpe released private messages between him and Gabriella. These messages suggest there may have been a transactional element to their relationship. She mentioned receiving large sums of money in exchange for spending time with him. The overall tone raised eyebrows. Many feel Gabriella may have been just going along with what Sharpe wanted, rather than being in the relationship by choice or interest. Gabriella says things took a dark turn. In her lawsuit, she claims Sharpe once threatened to kill her and secretly recorded their intimate moments without her permission. According to the legal documents, what started as emotional manipulation became much more serious and dangerous. One part of the lawsuit is especially disturbing. Gabriella says Sharpe would become extremely angry anytime she brought up his cheating or questioned his actions. She also alleges that he somehow got access to her apartment building without her consent, which only added to her fear. Sharpe, now 56, didn't stay quiet. After the lawsuit went public, he posted a video online strongly, denying everything. He said the whole thing is a setup and called it a shakedown. According to him, Gabriella and her lawyer, Tony Busby, are trying to ruin his reputation. Sharpe claims he's being targeted and insists he's ready to fight back. Gabriella's legal team paints a very different picture. While she says she met Sharpe at a Los Angeles gym in 2023 when she was 19, her lawyer says she's been through emotional and psychological trauma. Sharpe's attorney, Lanny J. Davis, fired back hard, calling the lawsuit a pack of lies and insisting it's all made up. He described it as blackmail and said Sharpe is standing firm, fully prepared to prove his innocence in court. Sharpe, a former NFL star and big name in sports media, didn't just issue legal denials. His team also shared what they say are explicit text messages between him and Gabriella, and in another Instagram video, Sharpe said, "I'm going to be honest and transparent. This isn't right." He claimed the whole situation was being orchestrated by Gabriella's lawyer, and he tried to get ahead of the story by warning that a 30-second clip might be released to make him look bad. But in trying to control the damage, Sharpe may have confirmed that the video exists and that it could be serious. Some say this move, bringing it up before it's public, is a way of getting ahead of the fallout. But others are asking, if you've done nothing wrong, why mention the video at all? Gabriella's lawyer, Tony Busby, quickly responded, calling Sharpe a liar and revealing something big. He claims Sharpe offered Gabriella $10 million to settle privately, and she said no. Busby said, "She chose to file her case instead, and I'm proud to represent her." Busby, who has experience handling major sports cases, including the high-profile ones against NFL quarterback Deshaun Watson, is no stranger to legal fights against celebrities. He wasn't buying Sharpe's damage control efforts either. Then came a major twist. Busby's team released an audio recording that shocked a lot of people. In the clip, which Busby says is real and not taken out of context, you can allegedly hear Shannon Sharpe threatening Gabriella. According to Busby, this isn't playful or flirty, it's aggressive and dangerous. In the recording, the woman is heard asking Sharpe not to manipulate her. Then, a man's voice, sounding very much like Sharpe, says, "If you say that word one more time, I'm going to choke the expletive out of you when I see you." The woman responds, saying she doesn't want to be choked. He replies, "Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter." The recording is disturbing and is now raising even more questions about what really happened and who's telling the truth.
Anything I say, you're just gonna get mad at and you're just gonna hang up on me, so I feel like...
I'm not gonna hang up on you. Here's what it is.
What does that even mean?
Nothing, Gabby. You want to be a dick to me now, so...
I don't want to be... Don't manipulate me.
Oh, Lord have mercy. If you say that one more time, I'm going to choke out of you when I see you. Thank you.
Well, I don't want to be choked.
Yes, you do. I don't think you have a choice in the matter.
A recording tied to Shannon Sharpe's case has now surfaced, and it could be a game changer. If this audio is verified in court, it paints a very damaging picture. It doesn't just show anger, it reveals a clear pattern of aggressive, controlling behavior. Exactly what the woman in the lawsuit described. All of Sharpe's public denials and legal threats seem to lose weight when this kind of evidence comes out. He may have tried to control the narrative and call it a setup, but the recording speaks louder than words. And now it looks like the truth is starting to come to light. This isn't even the first time Sharpe's name has been linked to disturbing behavior involving women. According to Front Office Sports, while he was still co-hosting Undisputed on FS1, he was accused of choking a female production assistant on set. That case was quietly settled, reportedly for several $100,000. Sharpe's camp dismissed the claim, saying it was just a bit of playful, physical interaction among co-workers. But if it was all in good fun, why did Fox Sports pay out such a large settlement instead of clearing the air publicly? And now, enter Katt Williams. Remember that Club Shay Shay interview where Katt stole the show for a full week? Well, that same interview is going viral again, but for a very different reason. This time, people are watching it with fresh eyes and realizing Katt wasn't just cracking jokes. He was throwing out a warning, right to Shannon's face. At one point, Katt said that getting involved with white women in secret could bring down a powerful man in just 2 weekends. It hit harder this time around because now we know that while that interview was being recorded, Sharpe was already involved in exactly that kind of situation. The lawsuit now filed against Sharpe involves a young white OnlyFans model who was still a teenager when they met. She's accusing him of serious misconduct and asking for $50 million along with a full jury trial. And here's what has everyone buzzing. People are rewatching that Katt Williams interview frame by frame. They're pointing out how nervous Shannon looked when Katt started talking about the dangers of older black men secretly dating much younger white women. Some even believe Katt knew something and was subtly warning Shannon right there on camera. It's a dramatic twist, and it's making people wonder what else was going on behind the scenes.
Men like Shannon Sharpe go after women whose frontal lobe have yet to develop, and then when they prove to you that they are still children, it's, how dare she try to manipulate me? How dare she try to get money from me? Why do you think she was your old ass?
What once seemed like just another funny, unfiltered moment from Katt Williams now feels more like a serious warning, and Shannon Sharpe didn't just look uncomfortable during that Club Shay Shay interview. He looked like someone who knew exactly what Katt was hinting at. When Katt talked about how dangerous it can be for older black men to secretly date much younger white women, it didn't sound like a general comment anymore. It felt personal, like he was speaking directly to Shannon, and you could see it in Shannon's face. He knew. But it wasn't just Katt trying to send a message. After that interview went viral, Monique came on the show too, and she didn't hold back either. She told Shannon point blank, "You don't need a 26-year-old girl. You don't need a 36-year-old girl. Take your old self out there and find someone who can love your old self." She was serious and made it clear. He should be with someone who matches his stage in life, someone who truly understands him. Looking back, both Katt and Monique weren't just talking, they were warning him.
Don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl. I do. This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old that can love you old. You're trying to hang out with these young and you can't do it, Shannon. You just can't do it.
It's now clear that those warnings from Katt Williams and Monique weren't just offhand remarks. They were real warnings from people who saw trouble coming. As the situation around Shannon Sharpe gets more serious, he's decided to take a break from his role at ESPN. On Thursday, the 56-year-old former NFL star announced that he'll be stepping away for a while to focus on dealing with the serious accusations made against him. In his statement, Shannon said he'll be using this time to be with his family and to address what he called false and disruptive claims. He added that he plans to return to ESPN in time for the start of the NFL preseason.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby.
An ESPN representative confirmed that Shannon Sharpe, a regular panelist on First Take, made the right decision by stepping away from his role, calling it a serious situation, and supporting his temporary departure. But as the legal drama around Sharpe continues to intensify, new rumors are swirling that add even more tension to the case. Sources close to the situation now allege that Sharpe may have tried to flee the country to avoid the charges brought against him, with speculation growing that he understood the weight of the allegations and sought to escape prosecution by leaving the U.S. entirely. The timing of these rumors is only fueling public suspicion, especially with video and audio evidence reportedly backing the accusations against him, making it harder for his legal team to defend him effectively. Many are comparing Sharpe's situation to that of Diddy, who faced a major fall from grace after damning footage surfaced, and are asking if Sharpe is attempting to avoid a similar fate. If true, the idea that Sharpe tried to exit the country paints a picture of desperation and suggests he might be trying to outrun consequences rather than face them head-on. This has raised serious questions about whether he's simply trying to distance himself from public scrutiny or genuinely attempting to evade justice. With law enforcement and prosecutors reportedly closing in, any attempted flight could be viewed as a sign of guilt or a panicked response to overwhelming pressure. As the case develops, Sharpe's position becomes even more precarious, with increasing evidence possibly sealing his fate. Meanwhile, comedian Katt Williams, who once tried to warn Sharpe, has doubled down, saying he saw all of this coming and had previously cautioned Shannon that dating significantly younger women could lead to serious consequences. Now, some are speculating that Sharpe's decision to take time off from ESPN isn't just about defending himself, but could actually be a calculated move to escape. Critics, including Williams, believe the break might be more than just a public relations strategy. It might have been an excuse to quietly disappear while the case heats up. The timing, combined with the serious nature of the evidence, has led many to believe Sharpe recognized the storm closing in and decided to retreat under the guise of responsibility. Whether this move was about preserving his image or dodging the legal fallout, it's hard to ignore how suspicious the timing appears. As everything unfolds, one thing is clear: Shannon Sharpe's next steps will be watched very closely. Let us know what you think in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell icon for more weekly updates on the hidden truths behind your favorite celebrities.